Three-point shooting is something that I don't want to excel at.
What's up, guys? My name is Paul. Welcome to the Basketball Show. Today I want to do something a little bit different because I see the need to and have Michael Jordan speak for himself a little bit. Now, what I've noticed, and probably many of you have as well, we've seen LeBron James on podcasts, many of them. We've seen a lot of current NBA players on podcasts. We've seen a lot of past NBA players on podcasts. Current NBA players have podcasts. Past NBA players have podcasts. You look at Shaquille O'Neal, you look at Byron Scott. There's a lot of guys that have NBA podcasts right now. People have spoken to Charles Barkley. People have spoken to Scottie Pippen. People have spoken to Shaq on their podcasts, and Kobe Bryant was featured on podcasts like the Knuckleheads and others. Even Patrick Bet-David, that has a great show on YouTube and a huge following, had talked to Shaquille O'Neal. He had talked to Kobe Bryant multiple times. But we've never seen Michael Jordan actually featured on any basketball or any kind of podcast. I mean, you see him in the news on occasion having an interview, a prepared interview, professional interview, but there is nothing, nowhere has he appeared to talk to everybody just on an open mic during a podcast, answering questions and just talking to people. Now, I wanted that there's a ton of Michael Jordan interviews available from his past, from his career, before his NBA career, after his NBA career. And I wanted to use those and make a series out of them, simply for the reason that there's a lot of questions that are currently even being asked and comparisons made that his interviews from the past are a very good source as answers to those questions and comparisons. Now, today I wanted to talk about the comparison people make between Michael Jordan and LeBron James when they're trying to make a case for LeBron James being the NBA GOAT, as LeBron James is a better three-point shooter. He's taking a lot more three-point shots. In the regular season, he has a 1.7% better percentage than Michael Jordan had in the regular season, but they never ever mention the playoffs and especially the NBA finals when they make that comparison. Now, it's hardest to score in the NBA playoffs and especially in the NBA finals, where the defensive pressure is the greatest. You're playing the best team out of the other conference. So that would generally and logically be the hardest time to score in any way, driving to the basket, shooting a three-pointer and all that. So when you compare the regular season, as I said, LeBron James has a 1.7% advantage. But if you look at the playoffs in all, they are both tied with the same exact percentage from the three-point line. And when you look at the NBA finals, they actually Michael Jordan actually has a much better three-point percentage in the finals than LeBron James does. And Michael Jordan played in 6 NBA finals and LeBron James played in 10. So I want to play a clip for you of Michael Jordan on 2 separate occasions, short answers, when he was directly asked why he doesn't shoot the three-point shot that much. And his answer will give you, I think, a lot of deep insight on why he didn't do it much. And you have to remember one more thing. When LeBron James came into the NBA in 2004, the NBA has used the three-point shot for almost 30 years already. When Michael Jordan came into the league in 1984, the three-point shot was less than 10 years old. And the NBA teams played much different then. The whole game plan was on two-pointers, especially under the basket play, post-up play, and things like that. And they didn't really even plan for three-pointers. Later on, teams like later in the 80s and 90s, they started developing literal plays to take three-point shots at certain stages of the game. But when Michael joined the league and throughout his career, the three-pointer wasn't used as much for overall scoring. I mean, the teams averaged throughout Michael Jordan's career, teams averaged like 8 or 9 3-pointers a game. That's what was the average for a team. Right now, teams average 30 3-pointers a game, so pretty much 3 times as much. And you get half the points scored by every single team from 3-pointers. So that's why people are saying the game is boring, because half the game, all we see is 3-pointers being taken. So take a look at this clip by Michael Jordan when he literally answers the question why he did not utilize the 3-point shot and why he did not shoot many 3-point shots over the entirety of his career. So take a look at that.
Well, this past Wednesday night in Game 1, Michael Jordan put on a 3-point shooting exhibition and a stunning performance, but taking too many threes can hurt his overall performance, according to Michael.
My 3-point shooting is something that I don't want to excel at because it takes away from all phases of my game. My game is a fake drive to the hole, penetrate, dish off, dunk, whatever. And when you have that mentality, as I found out in the first game, of making threes, you don't go to the hole as much. You go to the 3-point line and you start sitting there waiting for someone to find you. And that's not my mentality. And I don't want to create that because it takes away from my other parts of my game.
Well, in the opening minutes, we saw Michael Jordan going to the 3-point field goal. He had very little success since his opening game exploits, and we talked about that earlier.
I've kind of put that in a closet. I really hadn't tried to live on that 3-point shot. I mean, initially, it was a shot that they were giving me, and I took it. I don't think that they are aware of my outside shot, but I don't think I have to make that known anymore. And I'm certainly not trying to look for threes, and it really takes me out of my game, my normal game.
Now, as you saw, Michael Jordan literally said that by getting comfortable behind the 3-point line and shooting too many threes, you get kind of stagnant and lazy on offense, and your instinct is to just simply camp out behind the 3-point line to take a shot, and it doesn't keep you as involved in the game as you should be. So I can understand that perfectly because I've played basketball, high school, college, and semi-pro for over 20 years. And I've had games where I've taken a lot of threes, and I've had games where I focused on mid-range game and driving to the basket. And when I was focusing on the mid-range game and driving to the basket, I personally know I was way more involved in the game. And then you're more it's easier for you to get offensive and defensive rebounds. You're closer to the basket. You're more active in every aspect of the basketball game. So standing behind the 3-point line and chucking up threes, LeBron James is like averaging, I think, 8 3-point shots a game now, 8 or 9 3-point shots a game. I mean, in the 90s, you had the guy, like one of the 3-point specialists you could name was Reggie Miller. And Reggie Miller averaged 9 3-pointers a game. So an expert 3-point shooter, and Reggie Miller shot it at a 40% clip, where LeBron James shoots it at like a 33. So Reggie Miller shot it at a 40% clip, and he averaged 9 attempts a game. And LeBron James, averages 33% or so, and he averages 9 attempts a game. So the game has changed a lot. And now we actually at least know, because many people still don't know, and that's why I wanted to play this clip, why Michael Jordan didn't use the 3-pointer much. And it has to do not only with his game and his approach to the game, but as well as how long that 3-pointer was in the NBA during Michael's career, and the overall approach to the game of teams and game plans and things like that were not focused around the three-point shot as much as they are today. So I think that's very informative, and a lot of more videos will be coming like that, because Mike is not showing his face on podcasts. And if he ever sees this one, I would like to invite him to talk to me. I might not be anybody to the guy, but if he ever wants to talk to somebody on a podcast, I would be more than happy to take him in here and have a conversation. So, Michael Jordan, you can contact me and we can have a nice long chat and a discussion for the NBA fans. All right. See you guys in the next video. I'll talk to you soon.